it's nothing to do with Trump and it's nothing to do with AI. But yeah, this chart here, guys, you're seeing that the stock market is at the same levels of value in terms of purchasing power than we had at the top, the dot-com bubble. But if you were around at the dot-com bubble, and if you ask anyone who was around in the dot-com bubble, if you ask them this question, did you think at the top of the dot-com bubble that stocks and shares were overpriced and overvalued? 99% of people would say we all knew that everything was overvalued. My point is, if that's the thesis of what everyone said then, that's where we are right fucking now. So we should be thinking, if you thought that the top of the dot-com bubble was overpriced, overzealous, overvalued stocks, the only reason I wrote Trump bubble was because the news and the media will blame it on Trump for why it's falling in price. But actually, it's nothing to do with Trump and it's nothing to do with AI. The actual reason I believe we're in a bubble right now in terms of the price of things are getting overvalued, things are going up, is because since COVID, governments went to extraordinary levels to print fuckloads of currency to essentially stop this whole problem from happening. And what everyone's done, we got Microsoft have been doing this, we got Mercedes, Mansory, a lot of big car companies like Porsche, people like Sailor, this is private companies who are using... So what companies used to do is they used to hold cash, because cash would be their little treasury asset. They'll be their safe haven. But since COVID, all companies, private, public, all the way through to massive fucking corporates, people like Sailor, they're saying, fuck that. I want to move the purchasing power of cash into something else. And the stock market has just become one of those things because not all companies can buy Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with AI. I don't think it's anything to do with Trump. It's just not. It's actually to do with people have been using the stock market as a tool to get out of cash because they're using it technically as store of value, even though it's not a very good store of value. It can be still used as store of value. But that will eventually end.
This is Michael Burry's letter to all of his investors. This is actually almost a month old, but I don't know if you've talked about this.
I didn't actually see it, no.
Yeah, Michael Burry, from the guy who did the big short film stuff, he's closed it all down. And yeah, this letter was quite interesting as well. Heavy heart, I liquidate the funds, return capital. He's just saying he hasn't been in sync with the markets. Apologies. And yeah, he wishes everyone well. He's just closed his investment. Also, that guy said he'll tweet you the analysis.
I'm saying the stock market is at all-time highs of value, the same as the dot-com bubble, but it's at its 2011 highs in terms of purchasing power. And I already said we're going to get resistance. We're getting it right now. Bitcoin is 30% off its all-time high. But the problem is like, you know, a lot of people, what they would do is they would go from the stock market into gold, or they go from gold into the stock market, or gold into Bitcoin, or Bitcoin into gold, or whatever it is. And they would be moving into other asset classes. But at the moment, everything's fucking crazy high.